Hello Aquarius, thank you for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm going to use the Daily Tarot by Renata Lechner. There's her name if you want to see it. Supportive cards are going to be the Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Alright, I already shuffled. Let's see what we have. No, down here. Alright, you got the Queen of Pentacles, and I feel like you're transitioning from the Queen of Pentacles, which I can show you that card. There's the Queen of Pentacles. You're transitioning from that, where you're starting, and it's ending up with the Nine of Wands, with the Moon card. Which I feel like it's almost like, this version of the Nine of Wands makes me feel like the first phase is almost like finished, and it's kind of like watching and waiting for the next to start. It's just like, I feel like it's like phase 1 complete onto phase 2. That's just kind of how I feel it. And the Moon card is telling me you don't really know what to expect based on what happened. So I feel like this is where we're transitioning from that card of the Queen of Pentacles, where things feel very stable. Everybody seems to be emotionally invested. Then it's going into like the first phase is completed. It's time for the next phase, but what does that mean? Okay, so when you're starting here with the emotional investment, everybody seems invested. You've got the Death card on your side, I'm noticing. Now, I'm feeling like this is in your thoughts. Like, I don't feel like you want to be a part of this, to be honest. And this is kind of how you're relating to it. You're trying to find a way to get out of it. I'm getting, whatever the situation is, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. I just feel like for whatever reason, you have your own reasons, you want to get out of it. And I'm getting the other side has the Four of Wands, where I don't feel like they have any intention of letting you out of it. But I'm getting there's a very tight bond here. So we're starting with this emotional investment. Everybody, like, you're still invested. You're still in the actual situation, working on it, keeping it going, doing your part. But I'm getting you definitely, you have the Death card. You want out, and you're looking. I feel like you're doing what you need to do to get yourself out of it. Oddly enough, even though that's a major arcana over there with the Death card, I'm getting people are holding you to this, and it's not easy. It's not easily getting you to. You're not able to pull away. You're trying to, but I feel like you're being stopped at every turn. The next part that comes in is the Six of Wands for the other side. I feel like they're successfully stopping you from disengaging from the situation. This emotional investment, like, everybody's involved and you're emotionally invested too. Even though you're trying to disengage from it, you can't seem to do it. It seems like people just are keeping you involved. You can't seem to pull out. And the other side seems to be getting what they want. They're keeping you very tightly bonded to this situation. And I'm getting your thoughts are then the Tower card. Like, this is a shock. You really thought you were going to get out. And I feel like that's why they're using the Death card to say this first. Is because you feel like this is a slam dunk. You're going to get out of this. You don't want to do this anymore. You're finding ways to end it. Except you're being thwarted left and right. And I feel like when finally the other side wins and just shuts you down and you just can't get out of the situation, that's where you have the Tower. You're just kind of like completely shocked and unhappy that, like, how did this happen? How is it that I got stuck in this situation? Because it feels like you're stuck in it. And I feel like you're having to regroup and think about this again. I do feel like you're still involved and you're still connected with it. Whatever this phase is, as it comes to the end of this first phase, whatever, or this current phase, let's do that. The current phase you're working on with these people, you're accepting that for right now you can't get out of it. But you got the Six of Swords here. You still want out. You still want out. You're accepting that you can't get out right now, but you still want out. And I'm getting the whole situation seems to be doing very well. The people around you are very happy that you're still there. I don't feel like they really know how much you want out, to be honest. And they're feeling like they've overcome the challenge and that they're keeping you involved. Now, let's see. I just realized I didn't put those out. I'm getting with the Six of Swords, you still want out, but you got the Confidence card here. And I feel like you're just waiting for your moment. You still want out, you're confident that you're going to find a way out of it. It's just like, when will the right time come? You have to wait for the right time, and right now is not that time. And in the center between you and the other side, like the other side has the Sun card, they're very happy, they're feeling this is perfect, like you're going to stay, you're connected in a way that you're not going to walk away. I'm getting in the center, imagination, and I'm getting let go. This current phase is coming to a close, and I get that. And I'm getting like the imagination is happening between the two of you, and I feel like even though the Sun card is here, I feel like it's kind of like you're starting talks, and you're starting ways to find people. Like if it's a situation, like if it's a work situation, you're putting people in place as backups to help. You know, if somebody's out or somebody can't do their part at the moment, you're purposely creating this. Like you're setting this up at the end of this current phase to where the next phase, you may have to, it seems like you're going to have to stick around for the next one too, whatever the next round is here that's going on. But you're also setting it up like, all right, maybe I definitely can't get out of this one, and maybe I can't on the next one. Can't do this one, probably can't the next one, but I'm going to set it up to where I have everything in line to maybe, like, somewhere down the road, I am going to let go. And I feel like you're putting things in place to take your place. When it's time for you to go, when you want to go next time and you're really pushing to get out, you're going to make sure there's things in place that can support that so you can actually do it without somebody saying, but if you go, how's this going to happen? And you're the only one who could do that. You're setting it up so that it's definitely not going to be this one. It may not be the next go round. But soon after, you're going to find a way to get out because you're setting the cards up to make sure that that moment will happen. And I am getting here, again, I got the Knight of Wands with the Moon card, like the first phase or current phase, whatever you want to say, seems to be coming to a completion. The Moon card is like, I don't know what's going to happen next. You seem to be in that thought. The other side seems to realize, too, that they still realize, like, they're hoping you're staying. They're feeling like they won for now, but some of them seem to know that this isn't a slam dunk. You're not really sure how that's going to go or how that's going to really play out in the long run. How many times you're going to have to go around this situation before you can actually disconnect. And I'm getting this peaceful resolution is like you're working... Peaceful resolution, there you go. I feel like that's trumping this in the sense of like you're working well with others. You're being very conducive because you can't just like jump out and run. You have to do things a certain way. I feel like there's a very strong reason. Now, whatever situation this is, work, family, friends, whatever you got going on, I'm getting you have to handle it with not kid gloves, but you have to be diplomatic. How's that? But I feel like you're not sure how long you're going to have to be stuck in this situation. And the Moon card is telling me you're also looking at it like you're trying to set up the deck so you can get out of this. You realize it's definitely not this time. Probably not the next, maybe 2 or 3 more times around. But you're also having the Moon card, like you're not guaranteed that it's actually going to work either. So, I feel like the whole point of this, I feel like if this comes to you at the right time in the beginning, I feel like they're saying this is definitely not the time for you to disengage. But instead of waiting till you get to the end of this current phase to put like something together so you can have somebody like picking up the pieces so it's a possibility for you to get out of it. I'm getting, instead of trying to get out this time around, start right from here. It's like start at this point where you start putting things in place so that somebody else can take over for you when you walk away. Because I'm getting, this will work better for you if you don't try to get off the boat at this point. If you don't try to get off the wagon, whatever you want to say, at this time, but if you keep it to yourself and just set it up so that way when you're ready, you can do that, and there's no excuses that you can't, that works a lot better for you, and that make this work out a lot sooner in your favor. Because I'm getting, once people realize you're trying to get out, they're going to do everything they can to keep you in. So if people don't know you're trying to get out, and you pull this in sooner, you try to use your imagination to find ways so you can actually let go and there's no adversity to it. Not as much anyway that people can stand against you with. Like setting up somebody else to take your place, however that needs to be. If you're keeping it to yourself and you're putting things in place for when you're ready, that way when you do come forward, there's nothing that they can really do to stop you, or not as much. You have a lot more to stand on, you have everything set up, and you're ready, but you got to play more of a poker hand with it and get things all set up beforehand. So that way you don't have to be in the situation as long, and it goes more your way than what somebody else wants. I feel like that's what this reading is about. Are we good? Good. Alright. Alright, I'm going to end that there. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, go ahead and shoot me an email. jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.